Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm just waiting for a few of you to come on in. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. I pray that everyone is having an amazing day. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursdays with your girl, Raquel. I am back, I'm back, I'm back. Pray everyone's having a great day. Come on in the room. Hey, come on in the room. Come on, come on, come on, come on. One all come in the room. Hello, hello, hello. We'll give everybody a little time to come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in, because the table is being spread right here at the Twoc Healing Project on Twoc Talk Thursdays with your girl, Raquel. Hey, everybody. Yeah. Pray everyone's having a great day. I know I said that already, but I'm saying it again because it's really my prayer. And so I pray everyone's having a great day. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. I know on last week, no, I'm going to wait for at least a few more people to come in before I get to going. So come on in the room. Come on in the room. Pray everyone's having a great day today. I am indeed having a great day, and I pray the same for you. So come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, the old mothers, before we would pray, they would sing a little song and tell God to come in the room and bless and heal and set free and make whole. Yes, so come on in, come on in. We got a few more moments. It's 5:32, and so we're going to wait a few more minutes, and then we'll go right into it. And so on today, we are talking about transitioning and its ups and downs and everything that is entailed where transitioning is concerned. And you can see it right there at the bottom of my screen, transitioning and its ups and downs. And guess what? We are coming down to the end of Pride Month. I pray that you have been celebrating you all month long. I pray that you have realized and or figured out what it is that you have to be proud of. What does your pride look like? And so we're going to go ahead and start. We're talking about transitioning and its ups and its downs. And so what does transitioning look like, right? So I remember I remember as early as 5 or 6 seeing myself, a little boy, right? But seeing myself in a wedding dress, right? And so I began to grow up and watching my mother and her sisters and my grandmothers, and always feeling like I was one of them. But however, I didn't look like one of them. And then as time progressed, right, you get to the space and place where you get tired of not showing up in the world as your authentic self, right? And so I made a decision that I needed to show up the way that I felt right here in my heart. And so that looked like transitioning, that looked like me doing some things different. Now, one of the ways it was a little easy for me because I worked in the hair salon. I'm a hairstylist. It's one of the gifts that God has blessed me with. And so it was kind of easy for me to transition where my hair was concerned. I just started letting it grow. I was born with a hormonal imbalance, and so I grew breast tissue. Myself as well as my mother and my family, we just thought it was fat. But at a certain point in my life, I went through something and had to have some medical attention and found out it was breast tissue. And so I decided to put on a bra, right? And so after that, the men in my family, on my dad's side of the family, they don't grow facial hair till like late in life, like so they're in their late 20s. And so that wasn't an issue, but I did not want that to happen. And so what I chose to do was I chose to start taking hormones, and I went to the doctor, and The doctor took my levels. I hope you heard what I said. I went to the doctor and the doctor took my levels. If you do not have a doctor, right, today you can get a doctor, right? And right here at Twoc Healing Project, we can link you to care so that you can transition medically, transition properly, right? We can have those conversations and whatever we can do to help you do that. I don't want to necessarily say the right way, but do it with some assistance. We can be of assistance to you. But I always tell people, you don't want to transition if your mind and your heart are not in the same place, because it's not just about you doing it because that's how you feel, but you also need to be okay mentally when transitioning, right? So let me get back to my story. And so I began to take hormones and went through the process of my skin softening and even getting lighter, and whatever process was going to start with facial hair, I don't know, I guess it slowed up or stopped because I don't have that issue much. And so transitioning, that's how it happened for me, right? But then there's a part of transitioning that happens for your family or doesn't happen for your family. Well, for me, it happened for my family, right? And so my mom went through a process of accepting that she no longer had a son and that she now had a daughter. And while I'm talking, if at any time you have any comments, questions, concerns, make sure you put it right there in your comments. And please, whatever you do, when you get on, please make sure that you drop your name and your email address so that we here at Twoc Healing Project can keep in contact with. So it was probably like about a 6-year process for me and my mother. My mom went from calling me them to calling me they to calling me child of mine and then Raquel, right? And so the one thing that I was determined about was that my mother did not get to throw me away. I was determined that she didn't get to throw me away. And I didn't care what anybody else in my family said, thought, felt, but as long as my mother didn't leave me, didn't get to throw me away, then I felt like I could be okay. And for other people, their stories are different. I'm just telling my story. And even if you want to tell your story, what transitioning looked like for you, the ups, the downs, the ins and the outs, right here in the comments, I'll go ahead and read it and we'll talk about it. And so me and my mother went through that process. And so my mom had me at a young age. And so we grew up together. And so it wasn't an easy process for my mother, but my mother got to the space and place where she accepted that I had to live my life for me, right? I had to live my life for me. And like I said, I was determined for her not to let me go. And so I also knew in having that determination that I did not get to manage or police her process. Because the same way that I was having a process in transitioning so that I could show up in the world as my authentic self, my mother had a process of accepting that her son was no longer, right? And so that was a process for the both of us. I'm grateful and happy and elated and emotional sometimes to say that we made it through that process. And so me and my mother are wonderful today. But now, of course, I did. Hey, Samaria, thank you for tuning in. Hello, love. Needless to say, I did have some issues with some family members. Well, actually, let me retract that. I had some issues with one family member, it was my aunt, and that lady could not take it, honey. The lady could not take it. She wanted me to be her nephew. She didn't want me to be my authentic self. She didn't believe she had the belief that God didn't make any mistakes. And guess what? She was right when she said that God didn't make any mistakes. No, God did not make any mistakes. And God was clear that I would become Raquel when I did. So I didn't shock God or blow God's mind. I might have blew my auntie's mind, but I didn't shock God or blow God's mind. And so that was my issue with not my issue, but that was, I guess I could say my Achilles heel was my aunt, right? I remember we had the first time I put on a skirt in front of my family was at a family cookout. And I remember my aunt saying to everybody in the house, you see your cousin in skirt, you see your cousin in skirt. And my grandmother, called her by her name and told her, that is enough. Leave my grandbaby alone. And so I thank God for my grandmother. She's still one of my favorite girls today. I got 3 favorite girls, my mother and both of my grandmothers. One of them is gone on to glory. And she was the one who always said to me, hold your head up high, be who you are, and you respect you and don't accept disrespect from anyone else. And so, that's what transitioning looked like. It looked like for me. I wouldn't take anything for that journey. It had to happen. I preached a message a long time ago, and the title of my message was "It Had to Happen." And so that my transition had to happen so that I could be completely and comfortable in my skin, completely comfortable in the skin that I have, right? That God gave me, and that looked like me transitioning. And thus we have Raquel today. Let's see what Samaria is saying. My mother and my sister thing is, I know what I raised and I know what I carry. Oh, that was their thing. That's what their thing is. Got you. Yeah, and so that was the thing with my auntie. My aunt was like, you're my sister's son, and that ain't what God called you to be, and all of that kind of foolishness, right? My grandmother, who's gone, that I was talking about a little earlier, she used to always say, don't make other people's sugar honey iced tea your sugar honey iced tea. And so I had to let my aunt have that because that was hers. That did not belong to me, and so I couldn't carry that. And she had to work that out how she worked it out, right? And because I told you earlier, I wasn't concerned about anybody accepting me or loving me other than my mother. Well, it didn't matter. That didn't matter. And so I'm grateful that I didn't have such a rough time in transitioning, but that is not the story of all of my sisters, and I'm clear about that. And I say that to also say that for any of my sisters that are listening out there, right? I am here for you, right? I'm here for you if you want to talk about it. I'm here for you if you'd like to ask me some things about what it looks like with family, what it could or may not look like with family. I am here for you. You can reach me directly at Raquel, that's RAHKELH at twochealingproject.org. You can reach me directly. And I will be able to help you in any way that I possibly can. And if it is something that I can't help you with, I can link you to who can help you. Because we here at Twoc Healing Project are about you being healthy, healed, and whole. We want to make sure that we as trans women of color are not constantly and consistently walking around dealing with the traumas that we have gone through. A lot of us have dealt with traumas when it even comes down to how people receive us or how the community speaks about us, because we're not comfortable in our own skin. And so we here at Twoc Healing Project are here to help you be healthy, healed, and whole. What's Samaria saying? The thing is, for me, I can't deal with the 1 minute you're on my team, hello, and the next minute you're not because of outside influence from others. I know that's right, Samaria. When you try to teach me to be a leader, and yet you are so concerned about what others say. And so many people go through that, right? So many people go through that. So when you go visit them at home or you're at their house or whatever, they're okay with you. And then an event comes up or something and they want to try to police how you show up, right? And so we as trans women of color have got to get in the space and place where we realize that we cannot go back into the closet for anybody. I don't care who it is. You've got to be okay with you. And sometimes, yes, it does hurt. I am not negating that. Sometimes, yes, it does not feel good that you have to deal with that from your family and your loved ones, right? A lot of times, that's how we in the LGBTQIA plus community, that's where we get our chosen families from. That's how chosen families became, because what we needed or what we need from our biological families, we could not get. And so we had to create families of our own who either have the same walk as us or understand the walk that we have, because they're on that road. They may not be trans, but they could be gay and they're on their road. They may not be gay, but they could be lesbian and they're on their road. They may not be lesbian, they could be bisexual, so forth and so on. But they're on that road, the same road that you are on as a trans woman of color. And so therefore you become a part of a family, right? My family last name is Facassier. And so yes, my mother loved me, and yes, we've come a long way. It took about a good 6 years for my mom to authentically be okay with who I am, or should I say who I was becoming. But there's a woman named Tammy White, right, who is my godmother, or in the community we say gay mother, who is my godmother, that was right there for me, that help guide me, help direct me. I also had 2 other godmothers, Serena Lenore Telfair, God rest her soul, and Menimsha Summers, God rest her soul. Both of them are gone on to glory. But those 3 women have been a great influence on me, right? And so the blessing is, here we are today. And although I went through what I went through, the process with my mom, my mother accepts them women as my godmothers, and that's even another blessing. What Samaria say, even in chosen family, it could be so up, so down, but we have always had to be the ones to be consistent, and who we are give others strains, and have to only find stress with each other. Let me read that again. And even in chosen families, it could be so ups and downs. Yes, absolutely. We experience ups and downs in our chosen family, but we have always had to be the ones to be consistent. Well, there is a certain expectancy, Samaria. Not fair, but there's a certain expectancy of us as trans women, that we don't change, that we stay the same, that we keep our word, right? And others don't do that. But in that, we remain who we are. Because at the end of the day, we need to do our very best to not allow anything that others do to cause us to become or act outside of ourselves, or act differently than who we are, right? And so we're going to take a moment right now, because it's about that time, and you know what that time is. Did you know? And so I'm going to call my coworker in. Dash is going to do our Did You Know portion. And so right now, this is Dash, everybody. Oh, God.
Ooh, okay, look here.
Take your earpiece out.
Oh, sorry. All right, everybody. I'm so elated to be here. I'm filling in for the other girls there in New Orleans enjoying the Essence Festival. And if you're out at the Essence Festival, please go to the pavilion and support our director and my best friend, Toya Reynolds Washington. Or Washington Reynolds.
Right.
Okay. At least I got it right.
You did got it, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm very supportive of the community, and my experience is somewhat similar to yours.
Okay.
I didn't have the worst relationship with my parents when I decided, but I didn't have the best. But thank God I had an aunt that had a motherly spirit. Thank God I had friends, as I often say, to give me sissy decorum.
Okay.
Yes, because a lot of you young girls don't have that decorum.
And we're moving to Did You Know?
Yes. Oh, we're gonna get on back to Did You Know now. As a warm up. Yeah. But I really enjoyed your topic today, sister. So I'm gonna get on to Did You Know?
Yeah.
Okay. In September of 2020, a law here in Georgia was passed after 2 transgendered women sued the state for not providing them with gender-affirming care. And part of the lawsuit was that the state had to provide gender-affirming care for the trans community. So hence, a lot of people who were trans were able to get gender affirming care, as well as young youth who felt that they were transgendered or trans male were able to get the care. Well, typically, it's a big picture there. Georgia is not annexed into healthcare because I think that's one of the reasons they really don't want to give us healthcare, sisters, because if we did, they would have had to pay for the care of, we are the gay Catholics.
Right.
So, the dirty old lawmakers in May passed legislation to ban gender affirming care from youth.
Which is horrible.
So it brings it totally full circle. So here at the TWOC, one of our main things is civic engagement. That law has passed. On Monday, that law became official. If you already was receiving care, you're able to continue receiving medical care from your doctor. And I'm assuming Medicaid will still pay for it.
Okay.
I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me on that. But what I'm basically saying, if you've already been receiving care in Georgia, you're able to, if you're under the age 18, you're able to still seek care. But what does that say about the person who not grandfathered in? What we need you to do is really go out and vote. It's very important that we exercise our civic engagement by using our voices. So here at the TWOC, we have a campaign called Lift Our Voices to Vote. Myself and Ms. Washington Reynolds will be working real hard to engage you guys into becoming active voters and to use your vote. I have a personal model called Vote for the Dog Catcher. And the reason why I say vote for the dog catcher, because that's the lowest person on the totem pole. A lot of times people say, oh, I'm not voting for the school board. That don't pertain to me. I don't have no kids. I'm not in school. Well, now they're banning books in schools. And they're also banning the Don't Say Gay, in school. And I told you about an incident.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah. So I also told you about an incident when I was in high school where a young lady came to school, and because she was a little more feminine than the teacher had her expelled from school. And that's back in the 90s. Now I'm telling my age. But so here's why we got to vote for the dog catcher. We have to vote for any and every one. Vote down ballot. We have to see where their opinions and their views line up with ours. So today, ladies and gentlemen, that was Did You Know? I look forward to doing more of these with you guys.
Thank you, sister. That was good. Okay.
I do this on Friday nights.
Did you know? And that was Dash, everybody. Yes, honey. This is information that we need to have. You've got to know what's going on, even at the doctors, right? What's happening at the doctors, what's happening in the schools. And so every Thursday, when we do our Twoc Talk Thursdays, we are going to have this segment, Did You Know? Because we want to keep you abreast of information for what's going on around us, right? And we've got to vote. Excuse me. You've got to make your voice heard. And how you make your voice heard is to go out and vote. And once we get it started, we are going to have information around how we can help you get to the voting polls, how we can make sure that you're able to make your voice heard. Thank you so much for that, Dash. But back to what we were talking about transitioning, the ups and the downs, the ins and the outs. And I even got into about chosen families, right? And so a lot of us at the end of the day, when it all boils down to it, we just want to be loved. We just want to be understood. And so that's a lot of the times where our chosen families come from. Some people even go get into families because they want to allow the artistic selves inside of them, or should I say the arts, thank you, Lord, the arts on the inside of them to come forth. And so then people get in ballroom families, they get in pageant families. However transitioning looks for you, however help of you transitioning looks for you, you can make it happen because we are blessed. Hey sis, good to see you. Yes, sis. So, sis, you are on here, girl. That my sister Jai is in Los Angeles, California, and normally she gets the times mixed up, of course, because they're 3 hours different than us. But I'm so glad to have you here. Hey, sis, I love you, girl. And look at my baby. He right there. Voting is very, very important. It is because we've got to make our voices heard. And if you don't go vote, how can you be upset about what happens, what laws get put into place? And so I'm so grateful to be back here today. I'm so grateful right back here, Twoc Talk Thursdays with your girl Raquel. You can reach me directly at RAHKELH at twochealingproject.org. We here at Trans Women of Color Healing Project are here to help you. Our goal is that all of you remain healthy, healed, and whole. And if you are not healthy, healed, and whole, our goal is to make sure that that's the place and space you get to in your life, that you are healthy, healed, and whole. So any way that we can be of assistance, and if we can't assist you, you better believe that we will link you to assistance so that you will be able to get what you need so that you can remain or get to the place called healthy, healed, and whole. That's what we believe in right here at the Trans Women of Color Healing Project. And so we are here right here in Tyrone, Georgia. And I know a lot of people always say, why y'all so far out? Well, we're here in rural Georgia because we want to make sure that we have services here as well. I want to make sure that we have services here as well. I pray that everyone's having an amazing day. Jai, please make sure that you put your name and your email in the comments because we want to keep in touch with you. Please make sure you do that. And anyone who's here, please make sure that you put your name as well as your email also so that we can keep in contact with you. Please make sure that oh no, didn't mean to do that. So I'm trying to look and see because it doesn't show me like the names of the people who are here, and over here I believe I can see it a little better for those who are here. But I'm grateful for everyone who shows up. I'm grateful for everyone who supports us, even those who go back and watch it later. Let's see what Malik is saying. Do people have to come to the office in order to receive help, or no, sir, they do not. They don't have to come into the office. And so here at Trans Women of Color, we do healing through the highways, which simply means we will come to you and be able to help and assist you. Or if we can't get to you on whatever particular day, we will make sure that you get to us. So if we've got to get you here, that's what we'll do. So yes, we do field work, Malik. We do field work. Hey, Kendall. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Thank you for supporting us here at Trans Women of Color Healing Project. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you. And so again, today we've been talking about transitioning and its ups and downs. And we've also been talking about, our chosen family, those who are chosen. And then we had Dash come on in, and Dash talked about voting and how important voting is and the laws that have recently gotten passed. If you don't already have medical service, it's hard for you to get medical services now when it comes down to any gender affirming surgeries and or any kind of help. So we need to go out and vote. We need to go out and vote. And so it's about almost 6:00 and it's my time. And I just want to tell everybody, thank you so much for being here this evening. But let's be clear. We always have times for questions, comments, or concerns. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them right there in the comment section and we will talk about it, and we'll make a few more minutes for that. But listen, God did not make a mistake when God created you. And I don't care what Leviticus said. Leviticus is not God. And God was clear that you and I would be who we are. And so indeed, there were no mistakes made God just knew that there was a place of transition that we all would transition to. And so, again, I want to thank you all for being here with your girl, Raquel, at Twoc Talk Thursdays. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for just being here, supporting us. Thank you for being here and just showing up on the live. We appreciate it more than you know. Thank you so much. It means the world to us. Yes, it does. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you, and we thank you right here at Trans Women of Color Healing Project. We thank you. And let me go ahead and put this up as well. Bam, show, and it's showing. We thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. I love you all. Pray that everyone's having an amazing day. Somebody gave me a heart. Thank you. Pray that everyone has an amazing evening. And it's your girl signing off from Twoc Talk Thursdays, and look forward to seeing you next Thursday right here, same station, same time. And we're going to talk about it right here at Twoc Talk Thursdays with your girl, Raquel. Have an amazing evening. I love you all. Oh, wait, before I go, looks like I have one more comment. Was it? Yes. Is there a question, Malik? I love you, Kelly. That's my comment. And Kelly loves you too, sir. And that's my comment. See you guys. Have a great evening.